Let's prepare to slow down and relax. Perhaps you want to put on a sweater to stay warm. And let's lift the hands overhead, inhaling deeply and exhaling, releasing, falling forward, relaxing the head and shoulders and hands. And stepping back to a high plank, knees to the floor, sinking the hips on top of the heels, extending the arms for a child's pose. Leaning forward, bending the elbows, lowering down to the floor, setting up for our locust pose, Shalambhasana. Interlacing the fingers or holding the hands, and on the inhale, pulling to the back of the room. Exhale, release. Inhale, pull the arms to the back, lifting the chest. And exhale, release. Inhale, pull. And exhale, release. Hands wide, in line with the shoulders. Now lifting the right hip on top of the left, bending the right knee, right foot to the floor. And the right shoulder now comes over your head. Hand on the right hip. Perhaps you can go a little further. Doesn't matter how far. Should be a relaxing shoulder stretch. And then slowly coming out, rolling over on the belly. Moving to the other side, left hip on top of the right, bending the left knee, left foot on the floor, and the left hand overhead, placing it on the left hip, or perhaps reaching for the other hand. Just see how far you can go. Placing the left hand on the floor again, rolling onto the belly, hands on the floor, lifting the chest one last time for half cobra, and then pushing into the hands, over the knees, stretching the hands, and then placing the left knee in between our hands, and let's see if we have a book or a block in handy, just in case we need it for support under the sits bones. Now placing the right knee just in that nook of the left knee, and the feet are on either side of the hips so we can sit down on our sits bones. Now if this doesn't work, take your block or your book and see if that helps on placing the sits bones on the floor. Now, opening the arms wide, inhaling, opening the chest, and exhaling, rounding the spine. Inhale, open the chest, arms wide. Exhale, hands in front of us. Inhale, open. And now for eagle arms, the right arm comes under the left and our palms touch. If this doesn't feel comfortable, your right hand can hold your left shoulder and your left hand can hold your right shoulder. Elbows are on top of each other, just like your knees. And then slowly sink forward. Feeling a stretch in between the shoulder blades, in the lower spine. And with every exhale, releasing a little bit further forward. Placing the hands on the floor, slowly lifting again. block out of the way and placing the hands on the floor. Now feet, toes stay exactly where they are. The rest of your body, with the use of your hands, is moving to the right side. Now when you finish your circle, your left knee is under, your right knee is above, and your feet are again on either side of your hips. Place the block under your sits bone if needed, and place your hands on the soles of your feet. And just feel this hand to feet connection. Are your feet cold? Warm? Slowly opening up the arms wide again, opening the chest. And then the left hand goes under the right, palms touch. And then we lean forward. And if it doesn't feel comfortable, left hand can be on the right shoulder, right hand on the left shoulder. Elbows on top of each other. And giving you a really big stretch in between the shoulder blades. With every exhale, we sink a little bit further into the mat. Our upper body touching the knees. And then slowly, hands into the mat, lifting the chest up. Leaning into the hands onto the sits bones. Shifting our weight a little bit forward so we can lean back, and then find a pillow or a cushion. You can also use a block to place just in between your shoulder blades if you don't have a cushion available. And then hands onto the floor. The feet are touching, soles of the feet are touching, and the knees fall out wide. Place the hands behind you and slowly walk back, leaning your back onto the pillow or the cushion. If this doesn't feel comfortable, perhaps push the cushion back a little bit so to lessen the arch in your lower spine. When you're comfortable, slowly release the shoulder blades around the cushion, or if there's a block in between the shoulder blades, around the block. Make sure your head can rest on something so you can fully release in this supported resting pose. Placing the hands on the outsides of the knees to push them together again, and gently roll off, preferably on your right side, off of the cushion or bolster. Slowly push yourself up and roll the bolster out of the way. Sinking down on your back again, knees are above your hips. Moving to our happy baby. The arms are on the inside of the knees, and the fingers are pulling a little bit on the outside of the soles of your feet. Knees are gently pushing towards your armpits, just with the weight of your hands. Perhaps you want to roll from the left to the right, giving your back a nice massage. And then letting go of the feet, holding the knees, moving to a spinal twist. If you're really flexible in the spine, right knee goes over the left. Otherwise, knees together and letting them fall out to the left side. The right shoulder stays on the floor. The left hand can be used as a weight on top of your knee. Then gently, with every exhale, let those knees sink a bit further into the mat. Using your hands to pull your knees to the center, hugging them into the chest. And then left knee over right if your back is super flexible today, or otherwise knees together, left shoulder on the floor, knees to the right side. Using your right hand on top of the knee for a little bit of extra weight to fully relax into this pose. To center, hugging them in for the last time. And then releasing them, stretching the legs out, feet to the outer edges of the mat, hands a bit wider than the shoulders, palms towards the ceiling. Preparing for final relaxation, Shavasana. To the toes, relaxing your feet, relaxing the calves, relaxing the knees, relaxing the upper legs, the hips, relaxing the lower back, all the ribs, one by one. Relaxing shoulders, upper arms, lower arms, relaxing the neck, the head, forehead, eyebrows, cheeks, lips, and tongue. back to the feet and hands, inviting some gentle movement, stretching the hands overhead, drawing the knees into the chest, rolling over to the right side, making a pillow with your elbows and shoulders for your head, and then slowly pushing up, coming to a comfortable seated position, staying with your eyes closed for one more moment, inhaling deeply and exhale to release. Inhale and exhale. Placing the hands in front of the heart. Perhaps you want to lean forward as a sign of gratitude. Perhaps you just want to sit upright. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. Namaste. And just remember to align, breathe, and center whenever you feel the need to relax.